Although we did have a lot of fun fighting Hillary, didn't we? The people back there, the extremely dishonest press. How about when a major anchor who hosted a debate started crying?
President-elect Donald Trump showing that he still isn't afraid to call out the dishonest media, but some journalists just want to cut it out.
There were lots of, divisive comments, especially and unfortunately about the press, which is, I wish he would just stop doing, and not only because we are members of the press, but because as leader of the free world, you do set an example for free press in countries around the world.
Here to react to that and other commentary is Deputy Opinion Editor of The Washington Times, Kelly Riddell. Thanks for joining us, Kelly. So is he assaulting the press, or is he just speaking truth about the bias of the press?
Well, you had Chris Cillizza at The Washington Post basically tweets, here you have a president booing the press, and shouldn't we value basically the freedom of the press? And, I value the First Amendment rights, the freedom and the freedom of the press, but I also think that's important that you're able to freely boo the press, because they really are unfair in their coverage of Donald Trump. At that rally, Ben White of CNBC tweeted out, I think it's ridiculous that Donald Trump keeps holding these rallies. And then in a subsequent tweet says, why is Donald Trump, it's odd that Donald Trump is still campaigning. And he failed to mention that President Barack Obama did the exact same thing in 2008. And this is where this double standard lies. Like, you have the rhetoric of Donald Trump, but then you have the record of Barack Obama. And Barack Obama used the Espionage Act more than any of his previous presidents combined to prosecute reporters and whistleblowers within the government, and to basically silence them and scare them. Everyone remembers James Rosen and what he went through, as well as the AP getting all of their all the reporters' call logs subpoenaed by the DOJ. Now that is real. Yeah. That is, and that is a record and not just rhetoric.
Well, what is the future of the press? I mean, obviously you guys live and die by ad revenue and viewership and readership. What's going to happen to those sites, those websites, those channels that were dishonest, according to Mr. Trump?
Well, I don't think anything's going to happen to them because they've doubled down on their narrative. I think there was a few weeks after he won where they wanted to be more reflective, and you saw some New York Times reporters actually going into the heartland of America and interviewing Trump supporters to try to understand where they're coming from. But now they've doubled down on this. We don't want to normalize Donald Trump. We've got to make sure that we're going after him aggressively. So it really is, I think we're back to where we began during the campaign, and Donald Trump's going to have a hard 4 years with the press.
No, that's right. I mean, there's a big difference, Kelly, as you point out, between a free press and a fair press. So we appreciate your fair commentary this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.